Hey guys, it's Hot Dog Winter Kid here, and it was requested that I make a pirate ship, like a longboat type thing. So anyways, since it took so long, it took like 35 minutes to do, so I am just I've sped it up to 5 times speed, and I'm doing a post-commentary. So anyways, I went for a wide base on this, because ships can flip easily, and I didn't want that. I wouldn't want to capsize. So I just gave it kind of angled walls to look like a ship. It had a pretty long flat bottom. So I duplicated this just to keep it pretty symmetrical. And I did that well, I had 3 of those. Then I ended up welding them all together. Um, yeah, and then after that I had to make like a nose. What do you call it? Like a what's the front of the ship called? A bow. I had to make the bow. It had to be like kind of pointy. Just, I mean, it's Gary's mod. It doesn't really help at all, but it adds to the effect. So I was using the ball socket tool just so that I could angle it easier. And then after that, I welded it on so that it was a fixed weld. Because if I just left it as a ball socket, it would just fall back down. Anyways, then for the stern, I left it as just kind of a straight wall. I added an extra tall one because that would eventually connect with the cabin up top. It was really hard to fill the gaps that were on the corners, so I waited until the very end to do that. I just couldn't quite find pieces that would fit in there properly. And then the deck was about 1.5 times as wide as the bottom of the ship was, so I had to get another like half piece and attach it on there. And then I made another one of those, duplicated it, and put 2 more on. Yeah, so I added 2 more. And then it was hard to get it in place right. I tried to make the deck as flat as I could, and I think it was almost perfectly flat. So that was good. Um, yeah, so I'm just attaching this onto the side here. The deck was one of the hardest parts to do. Yeah. I tried to keep it pretty quick because, recording with fraps, if anyone does that, you know how much space it takes up. Like, I had 35 minutes of video, and that took up 82 gigabytes. So, yeah. I mean, I only have like 300 gigabytes of storage left, and I really don't want to run out. So, yeah. Anyways, I welded the whole deck on, and then after that, I made it so that you could access like underneath the deck. So I made it that you would run down the bow sort of to get in there. So I did that by having angled pieces of wood in, and you'll see here in a sec. It's pretty cool. I just welded that all together. Then I did that. Tried to get it as symmetrical as I could on the other side. That's the one thing I don't like about Gary's mod. It's just symmetry. You can never get perfect symmetry. Whereas games like Kerbal Space Program, they actually have like a symmetry tool built in, which is I just love it. That's why I like Kerbal Space Program so much. But yeah. So as you kind of could see there, you could like run down into the bottom of the deck. And then I was just trying to find pieces that would fit in the gaps, but it was really tough. So I ended up using just a flat piece, which worked actually pretty well, I would think. I mean, it stuck out of the top, which kind of bugged me, but I just added that into like a fence kind of thing. Then I was just trying to get that angled as well as I could to the top. Welded it on, and it kind of stuck out at the top, which, I mean, I found a way to like use that sort of in the end. Then I got as close symmetrically as I could on the other side. Yeah, and then I was like, ships kind of have that like thing at the front, the pointy thing. I don't know what it's called. I have no idea. But yeah, so I built that on, and then I attached ropes to it using the things that were sticking out, which actually worked out pretty well. Having ropes go around the deck. I mean, ropes you just clip right through them; they do nothing. But it's just for looks, really. Then I added some like uh, pieces there to connect the ropes to, so that the ropes go like all the way around the deck. And then, I mean, I'm really sorry. I don't know. Somehow I stopped the recording when I built the cabin, so the whole building of the cabin is gone. But I mean, it's pretty simple little. It's basically a shack put on a boat, so you know, you didn't miss too much. Um, yeah, you'll get to see it pretty soon. It's just a tiny little cabin, and also I attached a mast. I was really sorry. I don't know how I forgot to record that, but I did. So yeah. Then I was adding thrusters. These are a really fat thruster, just kind of for looks. And I did 2 smaller ones. They were all at max thrust because it's a huge ship. Then I added thrusters for turning, which were all at max thrust. And if you don't know how to do those, I suggest you watch my other video, how to build a car in Gary's mod. It's an easy concept to grasp, how to make turning thrusters, but yeah. So now this is normal speed now, and I'm just going over to test my boat. It's hard to move around with your physics gun just because it's so big. Now, it did have some buoyancy problems, like it sunk a bit, and the top deck was almost submerged. So what I might do in future, like I don't think I'll put it in a video, but what you can do is you can put barrels, the blue like plastic barrels sort of, you could weld those under the deck, and that'll pop you up a bit and make you a little higher in the water. And that would probably be a bit better, but yeah. I just didn't really have time to do that, and yeah. And I just did some driving of the boat. Worked out pretty well. I was quite happy with it. It actually wasn't too top heavy. I thought the mast might make it want to flip, but it was actually, it was pretty good. As you can see, it does sink a bit. So like, if you want to make this, I suggest like you know how there's like the lower deck like underneath, put barrels under there, like the blue ones, not the other ones, not the metal ones. Put blue barrels under there, and that'll just give it a little bit more buoyancy in the water. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, like button, subscribe, tell your friends. Yeah. Thanks for watching, and I will see you later.